to give them an opinion from an initiate side to show I'm not better than anybody. I'm actually can be considered worse. And I sought initiation in order to improve myself. So I'm not a bad person. So I don't do bad things. So how can there be people like me in these orders, all the way up through the ranks? I've met them, who believe in helping humanity, if it's all about destruction. And it's the same thing as saying all conservatives are a certain way, or all governments a certain way, or all liberals are the same way. These are all just word, folks. They're titles. They're idols. Titles and idols. Titles, idols, and lies. I could write a book on that one. Anybody want to get together on that one, go ahead and hit me up. I'm on Facebook. But, yeah, that's definitely a big one. I don't like to idolize people. I don't like to idolize titles, because then you discriminate. If you walk up to a Christian and you say you're a Jew, they immediately look at you like a Jew. And how do you know what a Jew looks like? I don't think there is any real opinion on that. I don't think you can have that judgment, but you do. Everybody does. When you talk on the phone with somebody, you immediately have a recognition of what kind of ethnicity they are, or who they are, what kind of person they are. My favorite thing is the white guy who sees the black guys and walks the other way. It's just a natural reaction with certain things and certain people. Whether you're a big person or a small person, you're going to have different reactions. Whether you were raised around culture and different ethnicities, or whether you weren't, you're going to have a different reaction. And that's the same thing when it comes down to somebody who studies in sacred studies or secret teachings, because they're not really secret, and I hate to say that, but the way that these orders teach is what is secret. And the only reason it does that is because it's fun, guys. It's a way to learn. It's a way to expose your mind to something new and step out of this mundane, just tortured world. If you don't believe that, or if you don't see that, more or less, I'm sorry, but you need to listen to my show, because I will show you that as much good as there is in the world, there's a lot of destruction that we need to change. Because destruction can be good if we learn to destroy the right things, like deforestation. We need to stop that. Crude oil abuse and use, we need to stop that. These are archaic regulations of patriarchal and monarchical societies. We need to stop it. We need to stop privatized government systems that work with corporate entities. We need to stop wealthy government officials. Why? I think the local teacher should be one of our state representatives. I think the local business owner who's a part of the community and head of his mud should be a state representative. And as long as there's no funding connected to his business, there's no issue there. I don't think there even should be a salary when it comes to representatives. With the technology we have nowadays, you could log in and do your job and go about your business. To state that these people who live for 20 to 30 plus years on these government paychecks, yeah, they went to school. Yeah, they got the education. But what is that education doing for our world? What is that education doing for our economy? How many people in the Senate, how many people in the government know about sciences, know about people in the street and people in impoverished parts of the country? How many of them grew up in bad neighborhoods or still live in those neighborhoods and take their money and invest it into the community? And that's, this ice bucket challenge thing. That's a challenge I put out there. Let's put that vibrational force out there. If you make over $100,000 a year and you don't give back to the community in some way, and I'm not talking about a charity, I'm not talking about donations, I'm talking about going out there and giving organic food to individuals who can't afford it. Going out there and educating individuals on how to grow community gardens. If you've got the money and you've got the time, why are you not out there doing something? And that's why I'm on this show. Because I'm young, I don't have the finances, and I'm barely learning how to get all my, stones paved, cut, numbered, squared, or cut, squared, numbered, and laid, and then paved, and not tamper with untempered mortar, because it's constantly a battle, guys. And there's those of us who want to change the world, and guess what? We just don't have the means. So if those of you who have the means step up and just ask for help, I guarantee you'll find a whole new world out there. And we've got to stop the corruption, people. We've got to stop doing things because it makes us money. And we got to start using money as the tool that it is. Because it's not about the money. It's about your health and your happiness. And if you got food, you got a roof over your head, and you got water, and you got family. Family and friends, same thing. That should be happiness. And if you're not happy, it's because you're missing one of those things, guys. If you're not happy, it's because you were not complete as a social creature. And if that's who we are. And I'm getting into this because this has to do with vibrations. What you think is who you are. And if you keep thinking, if you allow this indoctrinating political propaganda military machine to tell you you're an individual who has to isolate and protect themselves, you will always be afraid. If you realize, yes, I am an individual, but I am not just protecting myself, I am protecting all those I love and who are around me, that changes it, because then you can open up yourself to accepting people from your community into your family. And that's where our family needs to start changing into community. And no, I'm not talking about publicization of raising children or, becoming anarchists or whatever, communist, socialist. I'm just talking about being human, guys. I'm talking about figuring out a new name. I challenged everybody out there to figure out a new way of life, a new title. Let's use this new world order that already exists, everybody, and you're a slave. Let's use it and let's defeat it and create a real new world, not an order, but just a world where people live and thrive and succeed. And if they don't succeed or don't have the means to succeed, we help them. And everybody can find a place to be. In the Bible, Jesus says we will always have the poor. Some of the greatest leaders in the world historically have stated you cannot get rid of the poor because it's impossible. And I agree. But I also agree that there are people who like to live on barely anything. And if they just had enough to get by, they would be happy. If they only had a quarter of an acre and a little hut with, not a hut, but a solar-powered, rain collection, very self-sustaining property where they had a communal farm with 4 other places on an acre or 2 other homes on an acre, we could figure it out, people. It's just up to us to put that vibration out there. And that vibration is something that, like I said, it's been around for centuries. Even when you go out of the Western culture and the Hermetics, you go into the Vedas of India, you go into the Orient, vibrations are everywhere. Colors, like I said, the color therapy. There's also vibration is the language of plants and animals when it comes to plant and animal shamanism. Vibration is the language, the patterns, the waves of sound. If you stand in a forest, no, you won't hear the tree fall. Well, you will hear the tree fall, but if you stand in the middle of a forest, you hear something. And not to lose you guys there, but I've followed the shamanic style path of plant and animal shamanism and had my own shamanic journeys. And it really is a different world. The world speaks to you every day through vibrations, through patterns, through light and through love, and through darkness, through pain, through suffering. And I say the world, and that's only one stage of the consciousness, the source of creation. That's where that comes from. And people use the term God, and I think it just destroys it. Because I'm not an atheist, I'm an atheist. I believe in deity. I don't believe in theology. I don't believe in doctrine. I think that there is science to back that there's something that makes the world tick. And it doesn't mean that you are not in control of your fate and that something's in control. It just means that all these paths that have been laid before you, which is scientifically proven that there's mathematical situations that you could get into depending on your choices, cause and effect, that is the awesomeness of creation and the vibration of this, plants and animals around you. If you become aware of your plants, if you become aware of your animals, if you start going back to the earth, you will see that it's not the technology that's evil. It's not the Illuminati. And it's definitely not the government. Because a little secret is we, the people, the United States, are the government. And the more you say we're not, the more they win. When I say they, I mean the people, the individuals who are out there seeking to destroy your mind, to destroy your lives, because they are destroyed. They are not enlightened. They are not illumined. You cannot use a name like Illuminati and give it to the people who are disgusting, gross mongers who take over the world and destroy it by using money to impoverish nations and taking their natural resources. Listen to Immortal Technique sometime. Immortal Technique. He's a rapper who will blow your mind, and he will show you the industry, the world of control is bad. I'm not an anarchist, everybody, but there is order in chaos. There is order when you allow individuals to be free. And I just think that it's time we start addressing that fact. And I'm so excited to be here on Freedomizer Radio.com, Blog Talk Radio site. It is awesome. Freedomizer Radio is a great program. I've been enjoying listening to all the different stations. See the Power in You, Proof Negative, Ring the Bell, I believe, with Eric Bell. I think the title's changing on that one. Bloody Beak Radio. I mean, all these people out there are really hitting it hard. And it's great to be a part of it. And I'm really grateful because it gives me a chance, again, like I said, to bring my perspective, to really introduce to the people who are seeking truth that there are those of us in these orders who really do seek the same truths you do. And we're right there with you. And no matter what doctrine you follow, no matter what group or fraternity, because that's what they are, fraternity you're with, what college you went to, what country you grew up in, there are certain individuals that are about freedom, and I'm one of them. And if you're interested in freedom, if you're interested in information and unbiased opinion, you can tune in to me Monday, Tuesday. Well, tune into my station Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 p.m., 9 p.m. Pacific. It's 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's on freedomizerradio.com. You can follow me on Facebook. My host name is Thrice. My given name is Andrew James Saida. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can follow me there. I will be creating a Thrice page here soon for the people who are enjoying this lovely conversation I'm having with myself. Again, you guys can also call in anytime you want, 347-324-3704. We're at the last 10 minutes here. I'm just going to wrap it up. I'm actually going to play some commercials to get those in so you guys can hear a little bit about these other stations on freedomizerradio.com. I've pretty much covered everything I want to cover today. I hope I gave you a little bit of glimpse into what vibrations are, to what the mystery schools, just a couple of mystery schools. I didn't go into OTO, OTA, different versions of them. I didn't really discuss what the different Illuminati, organizations are. Just kind of giving you guys an idea of there's more out there. There's more information that's not being told because people are afraid. Like, it took me so long to actually try to pursue finishing my work and moving towards my process of learning. And it's because I'm afraid. I was intimidated by my own friends and family not believing in any of the stuff. I mean, it's not about whether they thought it was good or bad. It was that nobody knows about it. Nobody talks about it. So when you try to seek it, you become afraid because there's the Satanist approach, there's the devils, the demons, and the blood worshippers, and you don't know who to trust. And that's why I'm bringing this opinion, is because I want those out there who seek these same things to feel safe with coming out and talking about it. It's not just Freemasonry. It's not just Rosicrucians or those kind of orders of the West culture. There's the shamanic cultures of North America and the Americas, and shamanic cultures of Europe and Africa and all their teachings. There's the Norse traditions, which go into paganism of Wicca. They're all connected and have their own stories, but correlate